Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Watson Prunier from Battle for Freedom on Mojo5 Radio, and I appreciate every last one of you as we sit here and we get into another broadcast of Battle for Freedom on Mojo5 Radio. What I'd like to do with you is I'd like to have some fun with you this weekend or this day or this week or whatever time it is that you're listening to this by you going to mojo50.com/schedule to see all the different shows that are available to you. While you're there, click the donate button, click the shop button, but also you can go to facebook.com. That is my webpage. If you, Battle4Freedom.com is my webpage if you want to go check that out. And we can leave so much more in reference to, what does this day, what this week and everything like that will turn itself out to be. Again, I'm your host, Watson Prunier from Battle for Freedom and Mojo5 Radio. I want you to take a listen to one of our sponsors, New Life Holistic. Again, check this out, and I hope that this blesses you. I don't know what you've been going through, but I'm certain that you're tired of the useless systems you've been wasting on money for therapy. Contact New Life Holistics by going to newlifeholistics.com right now. Give them the code MOJO50 and save $50 on your first session. Biofeedback may be the one solution that can help you. Try New Life Holistics today. Contact New Life Holistic. Let them know that Watson from Battle for Freedom has sent you. I believe if you give them the code MOJO50, you'll save $50 on your first session. Those sessions are only $125 per person. You can't go wrong with this as you get yourself into a pattern of getting healing in your life. And it's not just going to be the healing from the perspective of the challenges you may face on a daily basis or because of your past. You may get a chance to experience some serious healing because of the fact that Anthony Malchiotti goes beyond just the experience of what biofeedback therapy does, but he'll even give you physical health, things to keep yourself healthy, the way you live and everything like that, and so much more. New Life Holistic, let them know that Watson from Battle for Freedom sent you. So, one of the things that's really interesting about days like April Fool's is the idea that, it's called National Atheist Day. April 1st is always considered National Atheist Day because it says that it's April Fool's Day, and the scripture says, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God." Now, while sometimes it does seem cute when we say that we're only lining up with the Bible, what the Bible has to say, we shouldn't get this twisted in believing that it's just atheists who say that there is no God. Sin is the statement of saying that there is no God. Sin is the statement that chooses to say that, I don't care what God's rules, God's standards are. I'm going to do whatever I want to, and I don't care. As long as I'm happy, as long as I'm satisfied, I'm going to do what I want to, whenever I want to, and whyever I want to, because no one's going to tell me what I can and cannot do. I see Carolyn, Kathy with a C, and Linda. They've joined at facebook.com/Battle for Freedom. But this is shared at facebook.com/Mojo50 Radio. This is on YouTube. This is on Mojo50 TV. If you went to Mojo50.com, Mojo50.com, and you signed up, won't get spammed. Trust me, you won't get spammed. But this idea that it's just atheists who say that there is no God, that's a false statement. Every last one of us, the moment that we decide that we want to carry on in our own will and we want to carry on in our own way that just glorifies ourselves more than anything else, we're basically saying that there is no God. The moment that, think about this, that stop sign that you rolled through, the four-way stop sign that you did your California roll and you didn't come to a complete stop, the flashing red lights that, basically signify or just the equal representation of a four-way stop sign. And you still did your California roll, or you just blew right through the light. The moment that you did that, you decided to say, I am God. You decided at that one point to say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I want, and I don't care what anybody says, because it's my party. I can speed and I can drive if I want to. It's my party and I can speed and drive if I want to. You would speed to if it happened to you. If the temptation was there for you to break the law and do what you thought was right. Hey, Brenda, thank you for joining and being part of the program. So this idea that woke gone wild, there's a lot I want to share with you today, and it's just, oh my goodness, it's very insane when we sit here and we look at the natures of how badly things get. I'm going to go through a wide variety of stories to share with you because of the fact that there are some insane things. Some people are finally waking up to the reality that the way that they have been doing things and doing government for so long just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and that we can't continue to do it this way and think that God will be honored by the way that we do things. God is calling us to live different. He's calling us to live better. But you know what? Sin is always going to be creeping up. Sin is always going to be creeping up, trying to get us to do what we don't want, what we are not supposed to do. See Romans chapter 7 with what the Apostle Paul has shared with us. You know what? This is just, yes, this is just so insane to see the way that I'm just waiting for this week, this day, this week, this month to be over. I'm not sure how you may feel. You may feel exactly the same. Driving in your car. You're driving in your car. You're tired of the news. You're tired of the craziness. You're tired of the insanity. Then when you think that everything is connected, and it's not, no matter how hard you try, it just seems like everything is just going crazy for you and nothing is going right. So I owe Mojo 50 Radio $25. I didn't cuss, but I did something else that I didn't want I was supposed to do. So, you know what? If you don't want to owe Mojo 50 $25 for saying things you're not supposed to say, just decide to make a promise to them that you will do better. And until you do better, you keep paying them until you do better. I love being on this network. It is a great opportunity. It's a great privilege to have my content shared on this network and be part of a wonderful host of other crazy folk just like me. We want to talk about woke gone wild. Today's unbiblical standards. Yes, tired of masks. Hey, Lep, thanks for joining. Hey, Lisa, thank you for joining and being part of the program. Lep he is the better looking half, just kidding, of Ain't You a Peach that you can catch on the weekends. Jamie Christopher is the other half. Well, I'll let them duke it out as to who's the better looking person. Now that would be woke God wild. Oh my goodness. Too much fun. You know, yes, the masks, so much more that we're tired of what has happened in society. But I'll tell you, something has happened, and I'm going to see if I can find this, because I really don't want to spend too much time. I don't really spend too much time on the slap. I talked about it a little bit earlier this week, but, you know, there's something unique. One of my friends, I haven't had him on the radio program in a long time, but he shared something that I want to share with you that I thought was very interesting. It's a very interesting graphic because, honestly, what he shared is truly a reflection of how woke we have become in society, where we're not even using common sense anymore. See, I'm going to go over the image that I have that I use as part of my display, but you have to understand something. In the process of doing this, where we get so woke that we don't want to listen, that we don't want anyone judging us, telling us what to do, because, I mean, that's what you're going to see that's on the graphic. And I'm just going to let you see it right now so that we can go through here. I'm not going to waste any more time with this. Here you go. So I had this graphic that was shared today or yesterday, and I thought it was very interesting when we're going to talk about the whole idea of being woke. And this is the Babylon Bee, basically expressing how this coverage of the slap has been. Hold on a second here. taking a sip of tea. No, it's not American Pride Roasters Coffee, the official coffee of Mojo Fiber Radio, but more than just the official coffee of Mojo Fiber Radio, American Pride Roasters Coffee is historically great coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com, check it out. But today I need a little bit of the tea just to loosen some stuff up so I don't cough or hack through this whole day. You know, seasonal junk back on its way here. Fox News, Oscars plagued by rise in black-on-black crime. That's funny. Huffington Post, the patriarchal roots of slapping exposed. CNN, most peaceful Oscars threatening to distract from January 6th commission. OAN, if they hadn't stolen the election from Trump, this never would have happened. Salon, white supremacy has gotten out of hand. Snopes, false. Will Smith did not slap Chris. Chris's cheek struck the palm of Will's hand. Vox, rethinking the snap. Why getting slapped is actually a good thing. Daily Wire, Will Smith destroys Chris Rock with one simple gesture. Teen Vogue, Will Smith totally hot slap and how you can use it on your genderqueer partner in the... Oh, Lord God. Let's skip that one. Infowars. The Illuminati. Members stage fake slap to distract us all from the implementation of the New World Order. Hey, gay frogs. Vice. I slapped myself 100 times and smoked crack to better understand the black experience in America. Oh my goodness, that's so into what today we're going to be going over. The View. Not the B. Check this out. Will Smith straight up pimp slaps woke comedian Chris Rock, reminding us all how The Last Jedi truly sucked. And finally, the Babylon Bee. Will Smith is the Babylon Bee's Woman of the Year. Oh my goodness. You have to understand, folks. This is how sick and crazy. Because you know, to some extent, there is a lot of truth in that. You know, to some extent, that there's some truth to the fact that... So when we get back from the break in the second segment, I'm going to show a video that really kind of highlights how woke has gone bad. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for joining. Oh, yeah. Kathy says, have they picked apart slaps at different levels yet? I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is just so crazy. But yeah, you're going to love the video that I have to share with you by Awakened by JP. He continues to share the craziness in a manner that just helps you understand we have some serious problems. Let's get into some of the stories that are out there. I don't have all the images for you, so please forget. Actually, no, before I get into the stories, let's go with my cover photo for the broadcast. Let's go with the cover photo for the broadcast so we can kind of see this and we can kind of better understand why wokeness has really ruined everything. So, you know, on wokeness, yeah, Carolyn says slaps gone wild. You know, on wokeness, this is what we have in today's society, right? To one side, you have judge me when you are perfect. Okay, I can work with that because there truly is only one judge, and that judge is God. He's perfect. He has the right to basically say whether or not we are right in his sight. So, yes, judge me when you're perfect. So, again, I think we agree with that statement that, you know, only God has the right to say anything at all. And if we choose to be judges, then we are hypocrites, and God will deal with us in the midst of our foolishness, our stupidity, and our hypocrisy. But then you see these statements in the movement of wokeness and the movement of equality and everything like that. You have the statements the statements. Let's see. Diversity, equality, no labels. So as I sit here and I look at this, diversity, equality, and no labels, right? Okay, we can work with that. But the problem here is that in the midst of the concept of diversity and equality, there are a lot of labels. There are a lot of judgment labels that are being made. I mean, seriously, if the message is diversity, equality, no labels, so then why do we go out of our way to insanely insult single or white Christian conservative males? Why do we spend so much time on white privilege and systemic racism and systemic sexism and xenophobia if there are no labels that everyone is accepted as they are, and everyone is equal? So then that means there should not be a Black History Month. There should not be a Women's History Month. There should not be Latino Month or Pride Month or whatever month. If everything is about recognizing diversity, we should be recognized every day. Diversity should happen every day, but we literally take months to recognize focus groups. We put labels on months for labels on groups of people. This is woke going wild. And then in the far right of the image, you see it says, "I am woman, what's your superpower?" I thought there were no labels. Because the statement, "I am woman, what's your superpower?" I am a woman. That is a statement. That is a declarative statement that puts a label on the individual that you're communicating with. See, if you want to basically go without a label, all you do is say hi. You don't say my name is blah. You don't say my name is this or this is what I do. Because the moment you put your name on, the moment you share with someone your name, the moment you tell them your job, the moment you tell them the things that you're passionate about, you're putting a label on yourself. So this is what society looks like if we're truly woke and there are no labels. We never tell them what we do or speak anything about ourselves. We just say hi. We can't even say, "How are you?" because the moment that you say, "How are you?" you're putting a label on the individual or individuals you're speaking to. This is exactly why woke has gone wild. Yes, diversity has to have diversity. Why are you separating us? That's what Kathy says. And I agree. Why are you separating us? If there are no labels, if we're all equal, why are you putting us in different compartments and spending time on recognizing certain folk of people more than you recognize everyone else? If we're truly all, we got to fix what society has plagued us with for so long, and it's time that we rise up to the occasion and do and undo the evils of the past of society. Do you see the insanity here? And this is what we're raising our kids in, that our kids have to be able to survive this insanity. Our kids have to survive this insanity. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Because when we do this and this is what we're sending the message into school. No wonder people are confused. I remember when I first started getting into computers, and I loved computers so much, that years ago, I'm talking about Commodore 64. I'm talking about, the older systems, where if you just typed in, even on your regular computer right now, whether you're on a Mac, you're on a PC, you type in gobbledygook. You just hit a whole bunch of keys and you hit enter at the DOS prompt or the command prompt. And you'll get a message like, message not found, message not understood. I don't know how to handle that. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. How in the world can you tell me that not computing, doesn't compute? And this is what we turn around and we say that people must do with respect to understanding their insanity in the world. We're feeding people so many different alternative things. Don't judge me. This is this. This is that. I'm smarter than you. No, my logic. It doesn't have to make sense to you as long as it makes sense to me. Don't judge me. Don't hold me to a standard while I sit here and I judge you. Don't hold me to a standard while I sit here and I judge you. I make you feel guilty for you being white, for you having stuff that that you never did anything. It wasn't you. You never your family never had slaves. But I'm going to go out of my way to make you feel horrible because of the fact that my truth is what matters right now. Take it or leave it. This is how I'm going to make you feel. And I'm going to go out of my way to demoralize you because of the fact that this is how I empower myself. I want everyone to be equally recognized, but at the same time, I'm going to humiliate you and tear you apart because this is how I make myself feel better. This is how I make myself feel better. And there's nothing you can do about that. And anything you can do, I can do better. Anything I can do anything better than you. I know you can't. Yes, you got blah, blah, blah. No. This is the signal. And so what happens is when you send all those conflicting signals, to the system, what does it say? Syntax error. And I'm going to tell you that wokeness is nothing but the largest syntax error we've ever experienced in our generations. Wokeness is the biggest syntax error we've ever experienced in our generation. And society is going to be plagued with insanity and stupidity for a very long time. Holy cow. We are so close to this break. I didn't even get into everything I wanted to talk about. I will get into more of it in a second here. Let's do this. Let's get ready for this break. And what I'll do is I'll talk to you beautiful people on the flip side. You know what? I'm sorry about that, folks. This is just crazy because of the fact that, yes, my system is driving me up the wild world. Yeah, let's do this. I am having a great week. This is going to be a great week. My brain is going to turn on in a second here, and I'll figure this thing out here because this is crazy. This is crazy. So the break should be starting here in about 10 seconds. And I got to clean this thing up for the after party. Talk to you on the flip side. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Watson Prunier from Battle for Freedom on Mojo Fiber Radio, and I appreciate every last one of you as we sit here talking about the whole idea of of just the craziness, wokeness gone wild, woke gone wild, today's unbiblical standards. You have to understand that the reason why we're at this is because of the fact that we have zero standards to help us live in a way that's pleasing to God, because at the end of the day, wokeness is an affront to God. Hear this. Wokeness is an affront to God. I thought I was woke. My brain will catch up with you folks in a second here as we get here. I don't know if it's just the topic that I'm talking about today or just me trying to wrap my head around just the idea of judge me when you're perfect, diversity, equality, no labels, I am a woman, here's my superpower. There's no consistency in this, and it gets very annoying. Take care, Linda, be safe. Christopher Werner says, biblically, I think wokeness is the reprobate mind, or for the sci-fi guy, it is the Borg. Yes. Oh, Carrie says, when will there be commercials? I'll bring those things back. I'll bring those things. My girls have been constantly asking me, hey, when are we going to do another commercial? I'm like, yeah, we'll do a commercial. So listen, I'm going to take a week off. It's going to be a week of replays. And in the whole process of that, hopefully I'll have some time to put a bunch of commercials with my girls together so that we can have fun and we can go from there. We can have a great time. We're going to have fun with this. Let me go over some of the crazy things here, and then let me go with a couple things here. So before I get into this really crazy video with Awaken with JP, because this is just how important it is. It says, now even Democrats urge Biden not to drop Title 42. Senators warn that there isn't a proper plan in place for mass migration event on May 23rd, and the White House should instead focus on strengthening security. Huh? Even the Democrats who are basically putting an end to this? They're concerned about the influx of what's going to happen? Huh. They're willing to say that they're willing to go that far with the midterms here? Yeah, they're saying it because they don't want to get shellacked in the midterms. See, even a broken clock works twice in a day. Let's look at another one here. Oh, yeah. Ooh. I can't show her face because it makes me sick. But woke North Carolina medical student who's a trans right activist brags about deliberately injuring patient who mocked her her pronoun badge by missing his vein, so he had to get jabbed twice. Kishelle DeRazio, a fourth-year medical student at Wake Forest University, allegedly bragged online about intentionally injuring a patient. She claimed to have purposely missed the patient's vein during a blood draw so that she would have to jab him twice. She said he had mocked her her pronoun badge. Wake Forest said it was aware of the incident and taking measures to address this with the student. It is unclear if she will face disciplinary action. Oh, no. Her career is over. Her career is over. Do the patient no harm. If Don Imus can get fired for nappy-headed hoe, if senators and congressmen can be fired, presidents impeached over one action, if people can get fired from their jobs for not using pronouns, people get fired for not getting jabs, people get fired because they make inappropriate statements in their work, and you're going to still put her in a lab coat, put her in a doctor's coat, her career is over, because this is what wokeness does. Wokeness cancels everyone. She did the steps that she should be permanently canceled. Because if you do not take the woke corrective action, that means that every person else preceding her white, male, Christian, conservative. Put Stu Peters back on every network that's out there. Uncancel Stu Peters. Uncancel Mojo 50 Radio. Where do we stop? But she's taking down her tweet and taking down all her social media accounts. But I want you to understand something in the wokeness of this here. This is a fourth-year medical student. A medical student. A medical student. And in the process of doing this, because of wanting to embrace a new ideology, to make everyone feel welcome. Think about this. Diversity, equality, no labels. Just because he didn't read your he, she pronoun label or made fun of your label, if there are no labels, that means that it doesn't matter what anyone says. It should not offend me. Right? It should not offend me. Let's logically think this through. If there's equality, that no matter what words come out of your mouth, I already know I have equal value. Guess what? The Word of God says that. God says to everyone, it's not just to the Christians, it's not just to, the people who wear a cross, go to the Bible and clap hands in church, even to the atheist, even to the person who rejects God. God still says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There's only two labels that matter. Saved or unsaved. Period. I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, are you kidding me? And if a fourth-year medical student would literally would intentionally injure a person who made fun of her pronouns, what do you think a person posing as a doctor for 35, 40 years would do who had the power to affect the United States and the world would do? Make no mistake, her intentions were deliberate, intentional, and premeditated. Premeditated assault. She should be facing charges. Seriously. The moment she openly confessed that she did this on purpose, that's assault. That is confessed assault. She inflicted harm. No matter if it was a small prick or not, it doesn't matter to the level. She publicly announced that she committed assault on a person who mocked her badge. That's a felony charge, or at least a misdemeanor. It's a form of battery. Because who knows what level of other damage that could have happened to him that we have yet to understand. But this is how wokeness goes. But, no. The medical community would never go that far. The medical community would never intentionally hurt people. If a woke trans activist can feel compelled to inflict harm and pain on an individual, don't tell me that the medical community, here's a person following the science, and her science tells her the key to the foundations, the fundamental values of her science says, do no harm. And she's committing harm. Her actions, no matter how well you take this is condemning. It's not only condemning about her actions, it's condemning of the broader scientific community. It's condemning of the broader community. Because I bet you this person's probably pro-jab. She's proven it right now in the situation that she's pro-jab. This is just, wow. Hey, Jamie, thank you for joining. The other half of Ain't You a Peach. But this is crazy. Here's a video I saw the other day. or yesterday, you know, we're free to do whatever we want, but we're not free of the consequences that come with those actions. Everybody's just happy to get out and do whatever. But sometimes in our freeness, we don't pay attention to the simple things that happen here. So I saw this, let me see if I can show you this video that I saw that was pretty interesting, because this is a guy who was on vacation and he unfortunately did not pay attention. You remember when I always tell you about the idea of being careful in knowing your environments and making certain that you don't in any way put yourself in a position that you can have your security compromised and everything like that. Well, I saw this audio. I saw this video earlier, and it was about this guy who was on vacation with a bunch of his friends. I want to show you how quickly and easy it is to that when you're not paying attention, the worst can happen to you.
And I will show you guys around like always.
This guy was he's going around, right? And he was basically this guy was basically on vacation, and he's so happy that he was getting hugged by this complete stranger and not really paying attention to the fact that while he was getting hugged, did you notice that? The woman spent all this extra time hugging him. She robbed him in the middle of the hug. Did you catch that? In the middle of the hug, she sat there holding onto him longer, and he got his chain stolen. This tourist selfie shows the moment a woman stole his gold chain and she hugged him on a Bangkok street. Frederick de Vries, 25, was recording nightlife in Sukhumvit Road, Bangkok. During the video, a woman approached him, offering him sexual services. The holiday maker from Ghent, Belgium, brushed away the woman, but shortly after realized his expensive gold chain was missing. You see, be woke. Go anywhere you want to in society. Live free. Enjoy life to its fullest extent. Don't worry about any restraints in life. Just have fun. Not only that one, this is one I can't show because it's really sad. High school student 17 killed himself 6 hours after falling victim to online sextortion plot. Teen paid $300 to blackmailers to stop them from releasing naked picture, but then they demanded more cash. Jordan John DeMay paid $300 to blackmailers after they threatened to send a nude photo to all of his social media contacts. The blackmailers had set up a fake Twitter profile posing as a girl before sending a naked photo of her to the teenager. DeMay sent a naked photo back, and the situation quickly turned to blackmail. Within 6 hours of the blackmailers contacting him, DeMay killed himself. See, this is the reason why I hate social media. Because in a lot of parents, I'll give a kid a phone, let them have an iPad, let them have a tablet. It's okay. It won't hurt them. Let them play their games. This has been happening. This predatory behavior has been happening for decades, where people have posed as someone else. See, this is the thing about it. When you see me, I try and be clearly who I am. When you see me on Facebook, on Twitter, I don't try and hide who I am. I don't hide behind fake accounts to turn around and mislead you. You sit here and you watch this thing. You pay attention. You look at when you're communicating with. Now, are there some areas where I may basically use a completely different avatar because I don't want people knowing who I am in those environments? Yes. There are certain places I don't want you to know who I am. But it's not an open social media platform where I turn around and I pose and pretend to be somebody and give you truths and everything like that. No. There are pockets in my life where I want anonymity because the fact that because you know what, in this world of radio, unfortunately, I've dealt with people in my past who have nothing better to do than wreck people's lives. And I spent several months with one person who literally wrecked my life. And that person is belligerent and militant on destroying people's lives. They sit there and they try and gather as much information on people as much as they possibly can. I dealt with this person several years ago. Person comes in and poses as other different people, acting like they care. And what they want to try and do is get you to show something compromising for yourself so that they can turn around and blackmail you. Folks, if there's a reason to tell you, to convince you to keep your kids off the TikTok, that they give them a flip phone, for crying out loud. Give them a flip phone. Unfortunately, they still have data plans right now, but you know what? It'll be a whole lot longer trying to sit there and type a message of hitting 7 3 times to get to that right letter that you want and typing out your messages. They don't need TikTok. They don't need social media. It's a 17-year-old kid dead because he thought it was safe to let your kids be online. You kidding me? This stuff has been happening for so long. Well, I'm being woke. I'm being a woke parent because I'm going to let my kids experience life. I can't protect them from the world. No, you can't protect them from the world, but there are certain things that you can use in common sense to keep them from being in a position where they're going to kill themselves. The perversions are out there for so long. We know that it's there. But we don't want to hide. We don't want to hide. I want to be I want to be their friend. I don't want to be their judge and jury. Yep. Well, now you'll be their pallbearer because of the fact that you didn't want to use common sense. Here's another one I didn't even get a chance to share. I didn't even get this on my regular list. Remember, parents are not entitled to know their kids' identity. Woke Wisconsin School District orders teachers during a staff training day not to share their pupils' gender identities with their parents. Teachers at the Eau Claire School and District in Wisconsin were told not to reveal a pupil's sexual orientation or gender identity to parents if they confided in them. Staff were told to remember, parents are not entitled to know their kids' identity. That knowledge must be earned. Ooh. Hear me this. If you are a teacher who holds to that idea, you're fired. Because we as parents have turned around and trusted you with our kids, believing that you have their well-being in heart. So you understand that the child's life begins with us physically. And we don't have to send our kids to your school. And any school that promotes it, the parents don't have the right to know. Sam Sarbow's point keeps getting proven every day. Homeschool your children. Any school district that promotes the idea that a parent should not know their kid's life is a school district that should not be in existence. They should be fired. They should be shut down and closed. And when I say fired, I mean terminated in their employment. I'm not in any way insinuating that we should bring down firing, shooting, or anything like that on there. You should be fired. You should no longer be working in that industry, in that capacity, if you feel so emboldened to mislead like that. Man. Jenner is joining Fox News. That's all I'm going to say there. Jenner's joining Fox News. Let's get into the video I want to share with you because I need to take a break. And I think I'm just going to let the whole thing play through and just make commentary through this whole thing because my temperature's too hot right now.
person who wants a lot of credit for helping to create racial equality while you do nothing to help create racial equality? If so, that means you want
to. Yes, I'm going to do this differently because the fact that that went out a little blasted louder than the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to bring JP, awaken with JP a little bit better for you so that you can do this. You know what? I'm just going to have to put the video in there for you. Maybe I don't even need to play it because the fact that it'll only trigger me more. I shared this on my timeline on Facebook yesterday, but there is this crazy video he shared about the idea of this video he shared about, you know, do you want to do you want to be you want to be woke? And maybe we might have enough time to do this here without me losing my mind. I'll just play some of it and then we'll have fun with that, because of the fact that this is very sad. This is very sad with the way that we have run into society. And I'm going to give you the actual thing on this thing here so that you can see and understand.
Equality while you do nothing to help create racial equality? If so, that means you want to be a woke white person. So listen up, because I'm going to give you your PhD in wokeology. As a woke white person, your mission is to attack as many other white people for being racist online as you possibly can. But don't worry, them actually being racist isn't a prerequisite for you attacking them for being racist. Everyone knows that racism is hate, but as a woke white person, you know that the best way to heal the world from hate is to hate the people that are spreading the hate. Let's take a look at your woke white person black belt skills in action. Tomorrow we should cancel the term white belt. Let's say you encounter another white person saying something as racially hateful as, "I love black people." Now at first glance, that could seem supportive to the black community, but as a wokeologist, you know that people never say what they mean. They mean what you think they mean. You can accurately determine what they meant by leaping to incredibly large assumptions that come from your mind, not theirs. Then you can inform them what they meant by what they said. In this case, it could be, "You just think the black community is so weak that they need your love." And now we've just exposed their white fragility. Then probably ignore the fact that you're acting from the presupposition that the black community is so weak that they need you to protect them. Next, call on the hyenas to come attack your prey in the comments section. And finally, be sure to take a screenshot of their post. That way, after they delete it from being emotionally abused by you, you can repost it to make sure they keep getting what you think they deserve. And so their thought that you don't like will continue to live on. You get the sensation that you've helped because of the highly emotionally charged feeling that developed inside of you while you weren't helping. This helps make your efforts all about you, not about racially oppressed people. Because it's your job to find racism in what white people are doing and saying online, whether it's there or not, here's some woke principles that'll help you find racism in anything. Assume that all white people that aren't you are racist. Take what they say out of context. For example, if they said, "I didn't enjoy watching that game," you could say, "That's because a lot of the players are black." Accuse them of racism for what they're not saying. For example, if they post a picture of their dinner, accuse them of racism because there's no black people in their food. Accuse them of being a racist. And if they deny it, inform them that denying being a racist is the first thing a racist person would do. If you see someone actively supporting racial equality, let them know that they're only doing it as a virtue signal, and therefore they're bolstering their image at the expense of black people. And just know your virtue signaling of pointing out their virtue signaling is completely different from what they're doing. Occasionally, you might run into actual racism in your feed, but probably not, because scumbags usually aren't that honest. But even if you do run into it, you won't know what to do with it because all you've got is weaponized anger, criticism, and hate. Compassion, connection, and education aren't concepts bleached into your DNA. Now, let me help you understand the dynamics of how you as a woke white person are making a real difference in racial equality. When you put all your time and energy into finding faults with other white people and attacking them, it means you're not putting your time and energy into helping and supporting racially oppressed people. Does that make sense, how you're not helping the people that you think you are? And it's great because you know that instead of putting your energy into being for something, it's way more constructive to put your energy into being against something. But that doesn't matter because you get woke warrior social justice points for criticizing and hopefully even canceling other white people. But you don't get nearly as many points for helping the racially oppressed because people don't notice you doing it. A general rule of thumb is, if it doesn't give you a dopamine hit from social media acknowledgement, it doesn't help create change with racial equality. Congratulations! You now have your doctorate in wokeology. Being the woke white person that you are, thank you for crusading with your sword of hate to help heal the world of hate. You're doing God's work.
Yes, as insane as that was, you have to understand something here. That craziness is happening even in churches, in ministries. See, when you actually have white Christians promoting black books that tell white Christians that they're wrong and that they're racists and they didn't know it, it goes to that thing about attack something instead of helping something. Now, a lot of white Christians are delusional into believing if I just share what their pain is, it's bridging a gap of healing. That is not biblical. That is not biblical. And that's when woke has gone wild. When in churches, whites are promoting books from black authors that belittle or even educated white authors who have a perspective of black fright and black flight and make whites feel guilty for their existence. That is not Bible. That wokeness is from hell. That's why I despise wokeness and I walk away from ministries that push Black Lives Matter, push wokeness, push critical race theory, and all those other doctrines from hell. Why? Because it rejects the reality that God says we are all created in his image. I'm your host, Watson Prunier from Battle4Freedom on Mojo 5 Radio. Brad Staggs and Daily Mojo's up next. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend. I am out.